draft that the department has circulated does not have any significant changes that will affect the regional growth patterns of any of the regions. That could change with the final draft. I'm just reflecting what is in the public draft.
When would it come before us?
It will come probably, hopefully this fall, or before the end of the year.
Thank you, and I think that's in line with some prior GP questions that we've had to resolve issues. Thank you.
Can we put one question in terms of the general plan?
Yes.
I haven't looked at it for a long time, but is it still a very broad brush type of a plan?
Yes.
Okay. So it wouldn't have the type of detail that we see in the SCPs in terms of densities for certain areas and things.
It does mention Turtle Bay as a destination point along with other major destination areas. It maintains the same population distribution percentages that are in the current plan. That's the proposed public draft.
Is it using the 2010 census or 2000?
We're updating it with the 2010 census information, but again, that's not the intent of the general plan. It's to distribute percentage-wise the population. So it doesn't really matter what the number is. It's not just a relative amount of growth each region is bringing to.
Thank you for the clarification. Oh, additional?
Have you advised council regarding the status of the GP as far as the department not seeing any major changes?
I believe they've been notified that the public draft has been out and they have sent staff, if not attended, our community meetings.
Yeah. Being that we are just the committee that recommends to the council on these items such as the community plan. I know we have 3 already up at the council. It's not for you, Kathy.
Thank you.
However, 3 of them are already awaiting at the council, as Dina says, and they're waiting for the general plan. However, as Kathy has mentioned, the general plan is a broad brush. The specifics are in this community plan, which we are reviewing, which we went through testimony. I don't see any reason to hold this up since 3 are already there. In fact, it will speed up the process. As soon as the general plan is approved upon, council can start moving it, because the longer we delay with these plans, the longer it'll take to get these community plans out. So I'm leaning towards moving this out today without delay.
Thank you for your thoughts. Additional? Some of my sentiment has been stated already, but I would like to echo both the community interests. So thank you very much, and please relay to your cohorts for those who are representing groups for making time for all of the hearings, as well as the department. And I believe, even if it was read, there's appreciation for the protracted nature of the many conversations that have occurred over the last number of years between the department and the community. So thank you for that. I do have concerns around having a firm grip with the relationship around the population growth percentages, and now hearing the potential units that are available to absorb future growth, and not having good clarity on, is it 875? You know, what is the housing unit forecast that the new document represents? I appreciate the need for the general plan context, how the community plans could be nestled in that. But to Member Pakapaka, I think you're correct. It's a policy percentage, and I think that, at the end, to the comment that even the department made, there's no substantial impact because its approach is percentage and in nature and not in the detail that we're reading in the community plans. I see no value in escalating the community conflict to the council level. Ultimately, I think maybe with the new director in DPP and with other refreshed interests perhaps by the community for facilitated discussions to continue to resolve a lot of the passion and emotion and genuine concern over lifestyle, rural character, and infrastructure. We have some prior discussions around the roads, which I believe the infrastructure does need to get addressed. And, you know, housing units is one thing, but, you know, the ability for this country community to absorb, I felt was really absent from some of the discussions. And so I am also in a deferral sentiment at the moment. Thank you. Any other closing thoughts? One moment. So I'd like to put to the members a request for a motion to either approve what's before us, or approve with conditions, or deny the request submitted by the department. Call for motion? Yes, Member Kim?
Chair, I make a motion to recommend approval of the plan.
Second.
Okay. Discussion on the motion on the floor? Member John?
So there are no, I guess, conditions or additional requirements that we'll be asking for?
The current motion would not entertain conditions, either those proposed by DPP or ourselves, you are correct. It would be as the draft ordinances we have received. Yes, so any of those concerns would come at the committee and council level about this. Additional discussion on the motion?
On this motion,
Yes.
no conditions can be attached to it.
Not as currently stated, correct. If you would like to propose that, you could go back to the motion, those who stated the motion and second the motion to consider a condition if you have one. No. But it's as there are none as stated.
I would propose to the original motion that they at least include conditions that have been, some of the conditions that we raised, and we can discuss what those are specifically.
Do you have any specific conditions that the members
One
can
would be
consider?
definitely the specifying the count as far as the housing count, so to change.
Any other suggestions on conditions before I make the request? Member Kim Maka?
That's my concern as well.
I don't have a specific question per se, but I have a question about another condition. Switch from EA Malaekahana to Chorbe, looking at the language in here. 300 units, all units, 900 acres, expansion of the system sales, 4,000 units. If that's an accurate number as of now, that's all I have there. It was 4,000, now it's down to 500. If that 500 number is the number we're thinking.
I can't have that question answered by the department in the discussion, but if you fall out, I will bring the department back up to answer your question. Are there any other suggested conditions?
Would this motion include what we discussed at the primary meeting regarding roads and roads, basically?
It could if you worded a condition or requirement of such. So right now, what I recall from the discussion is that the road that's designated on the map is conceptual in alignment, but it's to intend that there be a secondary access for obvious reasons. So if you wanted anything more definitive than that, okay, then it's included in the maps. Correct. Any other conditions or requests?
Commissioner Young, would it be appropriate to say that you're, and I don't need to put words in your mouth, that you're concerned about the manner in which the secondary road, you'd like more clarity about the secondary road?
Well, I believe in our continuing meeting last month, we asked Mr. Young on what the theory or what is the proposed program, and he said it's still in the working stage.
I would like to put a condition out there, and it's to have clarity over the exchange information that came forward in DPP's presentation today. I didn't read to that specific exchange, but I think that would resolve a lot to understand if there's a net reduction in one place and that's going to another. I found that very insightful, and if that came with clarifying language, I think that would help alleviate some of the general total housing unit confusion and others. Like that would be an additional clarifying comment that I would request. Any others? So I have two conditions for Member Kim and Papa to consider. One is a housing unit clarification specific to the, correct me if I remember, a statement of potential and then the clear addition that this plan is stating. And then the second is specific language to the discussion that DPP mentioned around an exchange, which is moving inventory elsewhere. Member Kim?
I would not have any objection to those two conditions.
Member Papa? Okay,
That's fine with me.
so if I may restate the new
Motion.
motion.
All right.
Over a second.
I would make a motion to approve the department's recommendations with the additional two conditions as stated by the chair.
Second request, thank you. Member discussion? On the revised motion.
What are those two conditions over time, please?
Housing unit clarification specific to the potential unit information we received today with a clear number on the additional housing units that the revised or that the new sustainable communities plan would add. The second is specific language to the exchange of any of those units moving from one area to another. Any misrepresentations?
No.
Yes, Member.
Just add one, since we're kind of both. We can just put a statement in there that we can urge the department to expedite the general plan as much as we can.
Yeah, I would echo that. I think that's a fair reservation, and that has been discussed, and,
So if we can just do it.
thank you. So we relay that to the department. And anything that we can do, obviously we are very motivated to help expedite that process. Thank you for the sentiment. Any closing member comments? With none, we ask for a motion to call the vote.
So,
For a second. Thank you. So our vote, the motion is to a bill to adopt the revised Honolulu Sustainable Communities Plan with a condition for housing unit clarification language specific to the potential number of units as discussed in DPP's presentation today, with additional language specifying clearly the additional number of units that the revised sustainable community plan puts forward. Second, specific exchange clarification language related to the movement or designation of any of those prior potential housing units moving into a different area within the district. Sustainable communities plan. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, the motion has passed with stated conditions. Seeing no other business on the posted agenda, we ask for a motion to be closed. Second? Thank you both. Call for vote to close.
Aye.
Aye.